What does it take to find strength when life gives you nothing but struggles? This is the story of Meera, a widow who turned her darkest moments into an inspiring journey of survival. Meera lived in a peaceful village with her husband and 2 children. Life was simple but filled with happiness. However, everything changed one fateful day. Meera's husband passed away suddenly, leaving her with 2 young children to care for and no means of income. People doubted if she could survive such a tragedy. Many whispered that she'd failed to provide for her family, but Meera's determination to create a better life for her children became her guiding light. Her journey of resilience would soon silence all doubters and inspire everyone around her. Meera's life before the tragedy was filled with simple joys. Her husband, Ravi, was a farmer who worked hard to ensure his family's happiness. Their children, Anya and Rohan, were the center of their world. But tragedy struck when Ravi fell ill suddenly and passed away within days. The family's small savings quickly dwindled, and Meera was left with no support. The villagers began to doubt her ability to survive, often saying, "How will she raise her children alone?" Meera's initial days were filled with grief and uncertainty. She struggled to feed her children and faced constant judgment from those around her. Yet in the depths of her despair, she made a silent promise. "I will not let my children suffer because of my loss." This resolve became the foundation of her inspiring journey. Meera's struggles seemed never-ending. She faced societal judgment, financial hardship, and the daunting task of raising 2 children alone. Despite her efforts to find work, many doors closed on her because she was a widow. The turning point came when Meera was denied help at the local market. That day she decided she wouldn't rely on anyone else. She began crafting simple handmade items from materials she found around her home. Initially her work was rough, and villagers mocked her attempts, saying, "She'll never succeed." But Meera didn't give up. She spent nights refining her skills, learning through trial and error. She started selling her crafts at the market, though only a few people bought them at first. One day, a stranger noticed her work and saw potential. He offered to help her showcase her crafts in a larger market in the city. This opportunity marked the beginning of Meera's transformation. With the stranger's support, Meera's crafts were featured in a city market. To her surprise, people loved her work. Orders started pouring in, and Meera's confidence grew with every sale. She began earning enough to provide for her children and started saving for their education. As her business expanded, Meera decided to help other widows in her village. She taught them how to make crafts and included them in her growing venture. Together, they created a network of support, turning their collective struggles into a shared success story. The same villagers who once doubted Meera now admired her courage and determination. Meera's children, who had seen her struggles firsthand, looked up to her with pride. Reflecting on her journey, Meera said, "Strength doesn't mean you won't fall, it means getting up every time you do." Her story became a source of inspiration for everyone around her. Meera's journey shows us that life's hardest times can either break us or make us stronger. Despite losing everything, she chose resilience and turned her pain into a purpose. Her story reminds us that no matter how tough things get, we all have the power to rise above. Strength isn't about avoiding hardships, it's about facing them head-on and never giving up. If Meera's story inspired you, share it with someone who needs encouragement. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more uplifting stories. Remember, no matter what you're going through, you have the strength to overcome it. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep moving forward.